Retro Rewind here. With me today again is Miss Innafox.
Innafox.
And we're closing in on the end of 2016, getting ready to move into 2017. And I invited Miss Innafox over because I was like, hey, this has been a great year for the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for...
Sort of, except all the dead people.
There was.
Unfortunately,
yes. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
George Michael. And there was
Prince
many
and
David
David Bowie.
Prince. Yeah, I mean, our hearts, feelings, they go out to the family, and I hope everything, go the best they can, best they will. And sorry for your loss. But on an upbeat.
Absolutely.
On an upbeat. I have here with me the E3 magazine from 2016. And I wanted to kind of use that as a motivation to see what was announced at E3, what actually came out, some bold moves from Microsoft, some great announcements from Sony, from Nintendo, them announcing the Switch, because a lot of people were looking forward to that. What 2016 brought to us, it was definitely the year of virtual reality.
Yes.
It was. With the Oculus, with
PlayStation
VR,
the Vive.
The Vive. I mean, you can go pretty much Google Cardboard. They have headsets pretty much for everything. So it was definitely the year for virtual reality. What was also great is that it opened the floodgates for a lot of the indie developers because not a lot of the big names wanted to put money into the virtual reality world. So a lot of these, hey, let's create a game. Let's just have fun with it. Definitely Sony Santa Monica.
Yes, Sony Santa Monica was probably... I mean, we definitely streamed a lot from Bound. We streamed Here They Lie. Both were from Sony Santa Monica, and both were excellent. They both made some of the top lists for PlayStation VR.
They did, and
universally, not just like one or two lists, but pretty up there.
It was kind of like a 1-2 combo because both of these titles hit from the same relative company. 10 Gentlemen, and then the other
Plastic Demo.
Plastic Demo. They worked. They put together a great product, and then they shoved it out, and everybody just devoured it. So I think they were great launch titles to showcase some of the potential and the stuff to look forward to with the PSVR.
And they were pretty inexpensive too, only like $20 a pop.
They were, which, for the normal game being, $60 or something, doing $20 a pop, definitely a steal. Then there were other great releases, World of Tanks.
Absolutely.
Which really kind of, it surprised me because I was, what's up with this game? And then, we got in contact with, actually I think they contacted us and they were like, hey, try our game. And so we went ahead and we sat down, and I believe you played some and I played some.
Yeah.
And it was great. Yeah.
And they were giving away they've been giving away things if you're a PlayStation Plus member, but also like just a way for the holidays and things like that. You can go in and they're like, hey, take these codes, get some free stuff. So it's pretty good. They've been very supportive for people playing their game.
They have. And for anybody that has not tried World of Tanks, if you're a first-person shooter fan, then give it a shot because it really showcases some of the potential that is out there for virtual reality FPS games.
And it's free.
It's free. And that's another thing like we were just talking about, with Sony Santa Monica, the $19.99.
Right.
Or $95, and these games are coming out by these indie developers. Their cost is next to nothing because they don't have the financial burden that everybody else does, and they're able to just show some of what this company can do. And one thing I do foresee is I see a lot of these smaller indie companies that might even get bought up by these bigger companies.
Yeah.
Because hey, this small company put out this great game. and now it's catching the eye of some of the bigger companies. It's
absolutely.
like, hey, they made a great game. How about we acquisition them and then take them in, give them a little bit more funding, and then they can release a game we can charge $60 for. So recap on the PlayStation games. We mentioned that Sony Santa Monica did the Bound, and they did Here They Lie, and we got World of Tanks, and we got Albino Lullaby, another one. But it was for the Oculus Rift.
They're coming out with a PlayStation VR version, though.
Which they are. And there were a lot of really great titles that were released for both the Oculus and the PSVR. Eagle Flight, which I don't know if you knew or not. You probably did. Maybe I told you. But one of the main complaints of Eagle Flight is when I first downloaded it, I expected to go into the multiplayer and be able to queue up a flight right away.
Right.
And I just sat there. So that was one of the down points. But then I read in an article that they're going to make it cross-system.
Oh, maybe that's why.
So now you'll be able to queue up, and instead of just going against Oculus people, you'll be able to go up against PlayStation VR people as well. So when
that'll be kind of fun.
It will, because when you hit that multiplayer, you're not just small little pool of people.
But you're not just waiting for like the 3 other people
that can afford an Oculus. You're also waiting for. So with the PSVR, and especially it was one of the hot Christmas items of the year.
It was.
They were
sold out everywhere.
Sold out everywhere, right. So I think definitely the year of the PlayStation VR, definitely the year of VR in general, from the Oculus Touch, which I just got a chance to try a little bit ago. Really great interactive with the Move controllers. You had Until Dawn, which was another little cheap game that was
it inspires raging.
it does. Yes, there were a lot of deaths that happened pretty quick.
A lot of swearing.
It was, and a lot of stuff that just happens, and it's one of those titles you got to check out, you got to try.
Yes.
So. Other news was the Microsoft, they released the Slim, which came with the 4K DVD player. So that, I think, completely sold the bundle. I know it did for me, is because, it was a year of 4K, better definition TVs. It was the year, hey, let's go ahead and make a 4K unit. The Xbox One S is cheaper than your regular 4K DVD player, plus it has all of Microsoft, their library and stuff, which is available for download. So it was really a great move on Microsoft's part to incorporate that 4K DVD player into it. PlayStation revealed their Pro, and their Slim. Right, and I have a Pro, and I believe you have a Pro as well.
I have a Pro.
And they just look beautiful. So
it's amazing.
It really is.
It's fabulous.
If you have a 4K TV, it doesn't need to be a big one, but if you have a 4K TV and you have a Pro, it's definitely worth checking out.
Especially with 4K HDR TV.
HDR was another thing that really hit hard, and everybody was like, what is this HDR? How do I use it? In fact, I have another video that will actually show you how to activate the HDR and use it for your TV, because it's not as simple as just, plugging it in. One of the big things that I do mention in the video was the fact that the PlayStation VR does not pass through for HDR. So if you wanted to use your HDR or your 4K, you can't run it through your PlayStation VR box. So
they'll probably patch it.
They'll probably patch it, and they'll probably figure that out. So that was one big move from Sony. Microsoft's was the Slim. Sony did the Slim as well as the Pro. I'm waiting to see what other bundles they do with the Pro.
I think it'll be interesting. I know that they were talking about doing a Kingdom Hearts bundle for the Pro.
That would be nice, because if they do have a Kingdom Hearts bundle, then,
that means Kingdom Hearts might come out.
it might. That was another thing that we were talking about earlier, was there were a lot of setbacks and delays in 2016. But one good thing that came from 2016 is we finally got to hear about the quote-unquote Nintendo DX, or what came to be the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Are you excited for the Nintendo Switch? Will you be getting the Switch?
I will be getting the Switch, but I am not excited for it. Just honest. The reason I'm getting it is for the exclusives, honestly.
Right.
Like once I heard Pokemon, the new Pokemon Stars,
Right.
was going to supposedly be a Switch exclusive.
Right.
That's when I was like, well, darn.
You're gonna have to get a Switch.
I'm gonna have to get a Switch.
I am excited for it.
I know you are.
I am a Nintendo fan.
He's a very big fan of Nintendo.
So I am pretty excited for it.
He's got Mario riding back here.
Yes, Mario's back there, and there's several Mario's links and other stuff from there. But, you know, I felt that the Wii was very... It was a great system, but it... potential or power-wise, you know, it just couldn't hold up to the graphics of, you know, Microsoft or the Sony.
The specs that they've already released, like the potential specs that they've released, they have been kind of disappointing, but Nintendo kind of has stated that they're more into the experience rather than showing off a bunch of, you know, this is what it can do. They're more into bringing in like multiple people playing together. And you know what I mean?
That's something that really they started with the Wii, I felt, because you know, you had your Xbox 360 and you had your PS3, and then the Wii came out, and it was nothing that was competitive to either of those, but they kind of started their own little market, and they've got their own little niche audience.
Right.
To where, you know, Microsoft and Sony, they were battling each other. Which one's more powerful?
Right.
You know, I've got my Call of Duty, you know, and Black Ops, and which one's better? And those two were kind of, you know, button heads. But Nintendo just says, hey, let's let them fight over here in this corner. We're going to be over here and completely corner this little market.
Right.
Which I feel that they did. They grabbed a lot of people that weren't regularly exercising, because when it first came out, you know, you had the Wii Fits, you had the Wii Motes. So I feel that with this new Switch coming out, that it's actually going to, again, capture that niche audience, and they'll be, you know, maybe pulling some of their audience away from the 3DS, because, you know, we could take it portable, but then again, you don't have... We'll have to wait and see, because...
We'll have to wait and see. I'm curious to see if this is actually going to kill the DS market. Because technically, they're releasing a console and a handheld.
They are, which I think they were really trying to do with the Wii U.
Right. And but the Wii U wasn't handheld. This is supposedly fully handheld.
Right, and you could shake it and go, but I heard something about like a 40% power drop.
Right.
If you undock it, you know, it's going to move slower, maybe lose a little FPS.
It's got to give somewhere.
It does, and that part is, you know, probably just because they want to conserve battery life.
Right. And, I mean, but like I said, so that kind of brings in the next question. Do you think the 3DS, this is like the end of the 3DS, this is kind of their way of pushing people into the next realm? You don't think?
I think that the 3DS, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know that the 3DS was sold out everywhere. Everywhere. Nobody could find one from GameStop, Walmart shelves, Targets.
The 3DS scandal.
I mean, you couldn't find them anywhere. In fact, I just heard that GameStop just changed their buybacks, their cash value, and the trade-ins for 3DS. It's like $100 now. So I don't think it's going to kill it, because there are just so many of them out there, and there's going to be... I think the power drop's going to be, you know... We'll have to wait and see. You know, how much is this handheld going to be?
Wait and see.
Because, you know, it's bad enough. I hate carrying around my 3DS with me anywhere, because I'm like, oh, you know, I spent $200 on it. And then, you know, I always carry 2 or 3 games with me. How much do I really want to be carrying around? And then you got this Nintendo Switch, which I don't know how much it's going to be hit the market for, but you know, if it's $300-400, do you really want to carry that in your purse or.
I carry my Vita with me.
What's Vita?
My Vita is well, I got the launch bundle and that was like $350.
Oh, you got the Wi-Fi and cellular.
The Wi-Fi 3G model, it came with the Little Deviants. Don't play Little Deviants. I'm sorry if you created Little Deviants, don't play Little Deviants. It's bad. But it came with Little Deviants and it came with a memory card and a hard case. It's like the only way to get the hard case unless you buy it offline from some scalper.
Okay, so
Totes it was worth it. Worth every penny.
I have never really had a Vita, and I think that the Vita might die in 2017.
No, forget you.
I mean,
he is a blasphemer. Don't listen to him.
You know, I don't see many.
He's a blasphemer. He's
going for it, so it's still a great little thing. You know, it's little nuances, but I'm not sure that it'll actually live up to anything. But
he's a blasphemer. Don't worry about it, guys. Still going strong.
Yeah, still going
Vita
strong.
For
hey,
life.
Vita, it's got a great picture and everything, but I'll
Vita
stick with
for
my
life.
3DS. What else from 2016 that came out that was really like?
Well, I will tell you
captivating?
this: Kingdom Hearts. I played at E3. Still not here. Oh boy.
Yes, there were a lot of setbacks and a lot of disappointments.
The fractured butthole got pushed back.
Yes. In
That was
fact,
E3.
what we're going to do is we're going to make another video. So this is going to be a part 1 and a part 2. And in our second part, we're going to cover some of the hot games for 2016. That the hot games of 2016 and the ones to look forward to in 2017.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the stuff that I played at E3 that's totally not out yet. I remember what I played at E3.
Yes, there were some great titles that
For Honor.
Still not out yet. I'm going,
For Honor comes out in February, though.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. So please stay tuned. Check out our second video where we're going to go ahead and continue up and pick up where we left off with some of the 2016 top titles. The top titles that we're looking for in 2017. And click down below up high on the side.
Right here.
Right
Maybe
here.
right here.
Somewhere. Yes. And please please subscribe to our videos. You can check Miss Innafox out at her Twitch. She does Twitch. Twitch.tv/
Innafox.
INNAFOX. You can also follow her on Twitter
at the Innafox.
Not regular Innafox, but the Innafox.
I'm the Innafox.
You can check myself out at twitch.tv / Retro Rewind, all one word. Or you can follow me on Twitter at @ShopRetroRewind. A little bit of hint, we are working on a website.
Yes,
An
we
actual
are.
media website where you can
Spoiler alert!
That's right. So stay tuned for more announcements as far as that's concerned. And thank y'all for watching, and check out our other videos. Thanks.